Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to some more Dungeons of Dredmor. I hope you're excited. We're about to head into brand new territory. Unseen level 3-ness. It may not last very long. I know that going in. But this very first room looks awesome. Interdimensional axe, rusty old helm, Sherhochel, the charlatan Canadians. Okay, well, Canadian imposters aside, let's check out some of this stuff and see what is going on here. So, this helm is offering 2 block. Oh, wow, yeah. So it's lowering the things that we don't really care about too much, which are our magic power and our nimbleness, but it's giving us more armor absorption and more block chance. I'd say that is definitely something that is going to be right up our alley. And the interdimensional axe is pretty cool. I don't know if we want to bail on the additional block chance or not in order to do a little bit more damage, as we don't have like an axe skill, but that's a pretty substantial amount. Let's give that a shot for just a little bit. If we quickly discover that we're not tanky enough, we'll probably just switch back. Okay, and our first enemies on floor 3. Ow, they shot at us. We'll back up just a second here and then wallop this guy. Okay, he's doing 3 damage per hit. We blocked that one. It's not super bad. We might want to eat something just to be doing a little bit of healing though. And then let's get Arctic Vortex ready. Let him take 1 step. Vortex him. And then murder that guy. Alright. Also, just kind of to note the scenery. We're no longer in like a dungeon so much. Like, this is kind of a tiled floor with drains. That's gotten kind of interesting. We'll boost up our mana pool a little bit. We'll suit up again. And everything else looks good. Go ahead and move on. And are these... Nope. I can't tell. This is like a door? Oh, we got a thrusty here. He dodged. We blocked. We blocked. He did not dodge. Nice. Alright. Well, against these guys, we're definitely doing work. I imagine the previous enemy was probably doing like some kind of magic damage, and our armor absorption wasn't as good against it, something like that. So this is like a window, I'm guessing, but we can't walk through it. We can cast spells through it though, so we'll soften him up a little bit before we ever actually run into him. Do the same with that guy. Ugh. Alright. That didn't hurt so much as it was a completely disgusting sound, by the way. That was my reaction to that. Yeah, that that's awful. Please stop shooting at me. Okay. I really just want to take out the Octo. We did level up, which is fantastic. Alright, so our skills, it only makes you stronger, which, when you get hit, there's a chance that your health, burliness, and piercing resist will all increase. Unholy War Cry drives fear and weakness into the hearts of your enemies, reducing their ability to fight, and more importantly, to fight back. Conduit, the magic flows effortlessly through you, grants even more mana regeneration. Ingoteer, which would be more trappy stuff. Mechanicker. Again, some more trap-related things. We could get duck and cover or offensive maneuvering. I think I kind of like it only makes you stronger. That whole enemies attacking me, giving me bonuses, like I really like that mechanic. As when I get into these long fights, I kind of hit an equilibrium, like I start to take damage at first, but then it sort of levels itself off after a moment. Still want to take out the Octo first, because it's doing non-physical damage. The thrusties are mostly getting blocked. You do see their attack is them literally thrusting their hips at me, which is a little disturbing, I'm not gonna lie. And it only makes you stronger. Wow, that's a big boost. And the 7 is to health. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot, actually. We're gonna go ahead and re-suit up, just because our HP is going down a little bit. Also like how long it lasts. That's not just like a couple of turns or anything. That is a very long time. Like, no problems about it wearing off mid-fight or anything. And I guess, oh, just lightly injured. I thought he was running away from me. So it looks like he just took a short break, and then he's back for more. So pretty pleasantly surprised so far with floor 3. Of course, we still have to worry. Oh man.
Eat food to regain health.
Right as I say everything is going hunky-dory, that Octo managed to get me from pretty far away and just start laying into me with ranged attacks. Go ahead and eat probably a steak and 2 pieces of cheese. I think that should be enough to take care of us there. I was gonna say that things seem to be going pretty well on floor 3. Now, of course, the biggest danger that we kept encountering on floor 2 was the fact that the monster zoo was just absolutely ridiculous. So I imagine we're still going to run into something very similar here on floor 3, where that is going to be the thing that is potentially the death of us. Alright, I don't think I've seen an unfriendly AI yet, but it seems like I'm doing okay against them. The Octo did a little bit of damage to us. Yeah, let's focus down the Octos again. Their spellcasting ability does get past all of our defenses. Whereas these entirely physical characters, we can basically just ignore, which is great. The Thrusty has a Thaummite infection. Not entirely sure how it got that or what that would mean. Okay. So let's see. We need to suit up again. Mana's doing just fine. Health getting a little bit low. I mean, we've got plenty of food laying around, so it's not... Oh, that was just dumb of me. Why did I step into that? What does this do? Oh, I'm taking... No, I'm not taking damage from it. It's just lowering my max HP for a few rounds. And then if I step back into it, I get it again. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, now I'm taking damage from it. Please stop that.
Eat food to regain health.
Okay. Things took a terrible turn for the worse. And let's get over here. Eat a little bit. Maybe eat a little bit more. I don't know why I decided that it was a good idea to just investigate that infection thing. There we go. But I can apparently sort of use it like a trap against them. Okay, and then when I killed the Octo, it went away for good. That's a weird... And then it popped back up. Huh. I don't know what caused that exactly, like where that's coming from, but that's like a strange little mechanic that is going on with that thing. It's like some kind of communicable infectious disease thing that, oh man, 2 of them. Sometimes they're nice and they come towards me. Other times they decide to stand back and just lob magic at me. And when they do that, things can get a little messy. Is he fleeing? He's not fleeing.
Your health is low.
Yeah, my health's not that low. Calm yourself, little narrator man. Alright. I am burning through food pretty quick here, though. Mostly just due to the density of octos that we've been encountering, I would say. And let's see, we got a steel breastplate, which ours goes 4. This one does 5 and 3. It's technically better. I think ours is only better in different ways because I think we buffed it on one of the altars. Also a ring with just straight block chance. I like that. I could do without the electrical resist in order to just get even more of block. As you can see of my stats here, block at 44 is by far the highest stat we've got. Which, you know, I guess that makes sense when you decide you're going to be a dual-wielding shield guy. And a kilt. And I'm assuming kilts would replace our lederhosen. I don't know which makes more ridiculous pants. Yeah. Alright, so the kilt would give us 3 to the fisty symbol, which is melee power. And melee power, how hard you hit. Okay. And then 1 dodge chance, 1 block chance. Whereas lederhosen is giving us 1 dodge chance and 3 block chance. I think we're going to stick with the lederhosen. Just to keep maxing out our attempts to block. I think that's like the first trap I've actually seen on this floor, which is a little bit surprising. I don't know if that means I haven't been seeing them or there haven't been nearly as many traps. Let's see if maybe we can hold off for a lockpick a little bit later. Octos. I wouldn't mind having something to heal us. Like, that could certainly be useful. I don't want to eat all of our food. Let's grab that. Resuit up. And then keep moving on. Dead end this way. Okay. Not sure how to get into this central area here. Like, there were the little window things, but not, like... There is, Did I ever flip this? I did not. I heard machinery move. Did that unlock it? Because there's a, okay. Was that... I don't think that was always there, was it? I don't know. Okay, so this would be a way back up to the previous floor, which we really have no reason to do. And then there is a way down, but we barely scratched the surface of this floor. So let's get to exploring. A relic. Here lies the tomb of the unknown hero. He came from another world and departed ours too soon. His deeds are many and legendary. We put his rocket launcher somewhere safe. Oh, I want a rocket launcher. I mean, what says I'm going to clear a dungeon better than a rocket launcher, really? Alright. Got a side quest to find an item and expose it to the monolith. Oh, and we found another anvil. So we could go ahead... Whoop. Have I always had this cat in here? What, did that come from somewhere? Did that come from the side quest? Is this what I'm supposed to expose to the monolith? Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. That is Masporpo, the scuttling lichy. Okay. Did not expect it to be a small kitty that was placed into my inventory. Anyway, let's see. The steel breastplate, like, that seems pretty good. We could also toss one of our rings in there. Maybe the helm. Let's stick with the breastplate for now. And it gave us one of that little kneeling man thing. Okay. Existential resistance. You think, therefore you resist. Well, I don't think anything has tried to smash me over the head with an existential crisis yet. But it's good to know that I'm planning for the future, at least. When enemies finally start to make me question whether or not I'm really here or anything like that, I should be okay. Got a Sanguiblobby, which I'm assuming is going to be a blood blobby. It is a very tough blob of animated slime, the sort which collects around the drain pipes of gem showers, and it's trying to kill me. Okay. So sanguine is blood. Like, I think it's the Latin for blood kind of thing. And that blobby was certainly very red. Didn't really seem to do any bloody things to me, though, so not super worried. Alright, and... okay. Still a little apprehensive every time a door opens. I'm going to back off just so that we're not in full view of the Octo while we're dealing with these gen. They are melee enemies, so they get real close to us whenever they try to attack us. They're doing transmutative damage, so it's getting through our block, or through our armor absorption, I would suppose. But still only 1 point of it, so nothing too bad. And primarying the Octos due to... I'm trying to see what kind of damage they do. It just says fired an ethereal missile. It might have missed that time. My guess is they're doing, like, ethereal damage. And that I don't have any kind of resistance to that. Okay. Well, this was a pretty short little path over here. And suit up again. Head back and pop another door. Again, no monster zoos. Always nice. Back him out of the room just so we don't aggro everything all at once. Deal with this guy. Okay. Keeping a close eye on our health that's going down by a couple of points each round for these guys. I did head over to the Dungeons of Dredmor subreddit the other day and, you know, asked for any sage wisdom on the game from people who've played a lot more of it than I ever had. And one of the pieces of advice that came up a lot was basically the idea that when encountering those monster zoos, I need to be a-okay with the idea of just running away from them.
Eat food to regain health.
Yeah. You know, that open the door and just immediately start backpedaling to create space and bottlenecks, lose some of them in the ensuing paths, all of that sort of stuff. And that should give me the best chance of living through it. Yeah, our food is definitely getting exhausted here. I've got a lot of aged cheese. I should be okay. Be 20. That should be good. You know, any of the skills that are teleportation type stuff, that those will come in handy for it. And oh no, not this again. Yeah. Oh, it's doing damage. Oh, it's bad. Okay. Well, let's try to make sure when it falls off, it's back in a corner there. Pop open the barbecue top, toss in an aged steak. So that was going to heal for 3, and like this is going to heal for 6. This is going to heal for 7, and now I've got 7 grilled steaks that are all going to heal for 10, which is fantastic. But yeah, basically, don't be afraid to run away. That doing so is probably going to be your best bet, and you can just sort of worry about picking them off one by one, and that way when you kill something, you've got a little bit of time to heal, etc., etc. So hopefully we can try to apply some of those tips when we inevitably do encounter a monster zoo, probably on this floor. Still a little surprised that we didn't see one on floor 2, as I didn't know that that was possible until there just didn't seem to be one. Nice. 18 of 2750. We've still got a little ways to go there. Yeah, the other thing that I hadn't really been doing before that was suggested was basically taking a little more advantage of the consumable items that I've got here. I think primarily I'd just been sort of selling them off, not, worrying too much about them, saying, hey, here's a wand, I don't have the wand skill, I don't need to keep that. That for a melee character, maybe specifically, that having some ranged attacks was going to be very important when encountering a monster zoo. And anything that does like an area of effect type attack, which were going to be a lot of bolts, a lot of wands, those types of things. So in the future, not entirely sure actually how bolts work. I guess I should probably figure that out before it's life or death scenario. They're an ammunition, but I'm guessing we need a crossbow to use them, because we've got like a crossbow slot here. I don't really remember if I've encountered a crossbow yet. I'll be keeping an eye out though for the next time I do. That a lot of those crossbows, they, like this one for example, the acid bottle bolt, that might create like a cloud of acid, and so anything that's going to do damage over a large area can be fired into like a group of monster zoo enemies and give me an opportunity to hit several of them all at once. All right, little guy.
Critical hit.
Doing 3 transmutative. Got a grunge ear. Okay. We're also filling up our inventory quite a bit here. Have yet to encounter a store on this floor. So if I get completely full, what I'll probably do is just bounce back to the previous floor. Just in order to sell some stuff off and clean up some inventory space. But we're not quite there yet. Never know, there could be a store right around the bend, that kind of thing. Or we might... Or we might need to suddenly start eating everything. Especially because I have never seen a steam golem before. The golem is most often found lurking around saunas and is a traditional enemy of the fens. It is well known for operating on a time scale beyond the kin of mundane beings such as yourself. And it's also trying to kill me. Alright. So, I just want to back off a bit here, see if we can't lose a few of these guys in the chase. Another thing that was brought up, if you don't have any kind of teleportation spell or skill or way to get away from things, that... Nice, and he still does no damage. One thing you can always try for, I didn't actually mean to back up there, one thing you can always try for are just getting to these displacement glyphs and use those to make a hasty retreat. You know, granted, it's going to be somewhere random on the floor, but the odds that somewhere else on the floor are going to be worse than the monster zoo, probably pretty thin. Alright. The Steam Golem was doing, I think, 2 damage to us, as he did asphyxiation damage. And that was getting through our armor absorption. Still not as bad as the Octos, though. Man, that transmutative is the one thing I just don't have any defense for. But still, it's going pretty well. I mean, there was a part of me that's half expected this to be another...
Your inventory is full.
Oh, well, it had to happen someday. Health is pretty low, so you know, let's pop that. Let's drink a bottle of wine, because you know, who wants to go adventuring without a bottle of Merlot from time to time? If you can't have the finer things in life, what's the point, really? And then what I really want to do is probably eat up all these things that are not very health regen-y, as they're just taking up a lot more space. Yeah, that should take care of quite a number of slots. And then we're healing for 18 more, so we could still do with a bit, like another 20 or so. Let's go with that for right now. And that should give us enough to at least press on. But yeah, as I was saying, I half expected this to be like a 5-minute video as I descended onto the 3rd floor and immediately found that the 3rd floor monsters were way too strong for me, and they just murdered me before I ever had a chance. Ooh, that seems really good. It's mostly a counter and dodge chance. And then what is that symbol? 3 critical chance. 2 of that kind of damage resistance, whatever it might be. And 1 armor absorption. So it's not really like a super tanky thing. This is more of a dexterous, dodgy kind of character, which we have not had much success with. But a very good piece of armor for that kind of character build, certainly. You know, and obviously it's got like a 5-star rating. I guess we could pay more attention to the stars. Like this is 4, that's 5, that's 3, that's 4. I mean, they seem to be pretty good indicators of how good something actually is. Rubber pants. Thank you very much. But so far so good. Oh man, again with this. Don't really have an excuse to use anything this time. Just nail him with that. And then chuck some hard cider. I guess we probably didn't need to do that directly in front of the Octo, but you know, it worked out anyway. A Danish character screen blocking our way forward a little bit there. Ooh. Well, it wasn't really the purpose behind it, but hey, it took some damage. Might as well clear an inventory slot. But that looks like it's going to be it for this route. But I don't remember if I pulled the lever. I'm going to go with no, and I'm going to set it in that direction. Doesn't seem to do anything either way. Could go down. I guess we might as well just do that and level up. Okay. Offensive maneuvering. Oh, that's going to give us a ton of additional block. So is this stuff, though? I think we really... let's see. That would give us more block chance. Not Dritz. The best part about being misunderstood is that you're also so totally awesome. Yeah, that seems about right. I think we really want to be, you know, focusing on the Shield Savant. Master at Arms is also good, though. I mean, I would assume, like, the higher level skills are just better, so that there's probably something to be said for just getting like one skill tree all the way up before really diversifying too much. This is also going to give us, in addition to the larger block, just a chance that suit up automatically comes on whenever we get hit. Again, I'm super digging the powers that kind of come on as you are in the fight and take damage. I think that's really neat, like a neat idea for a character, but also it seems to be working pretty well. Oh, and a pumpkin. A misanthropic jack-o'-lantern on a scarecrow's body. This monster is trying to kill you.
Critical hit.
It's pretty tanky, but didn't dish out very much damage. Oh, hey, we found the monolith, which is good because we're going to be able to do that. Bitpo, the Sanguine Fishmonger. 3 counter. That is block chance. Psh. Sold. You had me at 2 block. Alright. And again, man, inventory management in dungeoneering games. It's always the worst, isn't it? And even more stuff we're about to pick up here. Thankfully, we already have Lutefisk in our inventory as a spot. Alright. Well, I tell you what, I don't think there's going to be any way around it. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this video up here, as it's getting a little bit long anyway. I'm going to run up to the previous floor, hit the shop, clear out all this stuff that we do not currently need, and then I am going to meet you guys back here next time.